At the moment, investors prefer to avoid risks until final election results are announced in the US and they choose safer assets. Oil prices have steadied shortly, but the balance is fragile and can be lost at any moment. Meanwhile, the ruble managed to recoup some of its losses. It still has a chance of strengthening regardless of who wins the US elections. Brent opened the day in positive territory, having gained 2% and approaching the mark of $41 per barrel. Yesterday, it was reported that Algeria, this year's holder of the OPEC presidency, together with Saudi Arabia, Russia and Iraq, are pushing the alliance to extend the existing agreement on supply cuts. This news boosted the market sentiment. Investors hope that the OPEC Plus members will make the right decision and support the crude prices. However, this is still not enough to maintain a long-term uptrend on oil. Besides, all the attention is now focused on the outcome of the US presidential election. The vote count is delayed and the uncertainty persists as both candidates stand an equal chance of winning. On Wednesday, the global markets are unstable and highly volatile. Oil is also reacting to the current situation in the US. After a moderate fall in the day trade, the oil quotes continued to rise. Brent crude gained more than 1%, so that oil bulls managed to push the price above $40 per barrel. WTI oil displays similar dynamics and has settled above $38 per barrel. On Tuesday, the ruble went through an upward correction and won back some of its previous losses against the US dollar. So yesterday, the ruble finished the session at the level of 79.30. Today, the dollar-ruble pair is still holding at this level. This does not look like a strong consolidation, but rather a slight rebound. From the fundamental viewpoint, the ruble is still weak regardless of the market sentiment. In the short term, volatility will remain high and the pair is likely to test the level of 81. On the other hand, the ruble may edge higher if the outcome of the US election turns out to be favorable for Moscow. Trump's victory will become a moderately positive scenario for the ruble. Yet, the victory of Joe Biden may be viewed as favorable as well. It is true that the Democratic candidate has threatened with new sanctions against Russia, which is certainly a risk factor for the ruble, so markets may negatively react to his leadership. On the flip side, there are some positive aspects of Biden's presidency. Thus, he is a strong supporter of green energy, which may possibly lead to a reduction of oil output in the US. Considering all the possible scenarios, the dollar-ruble pair may trade in the range between 78.70 and 80.70. You've watched daily financial news on Insta TV with me, Anna Kasatkina. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to always keep track of all the latest financial events. See you back soon.